Alright, so here we are. Super Metroid Randomizer Multicat Tournament 2022. And I am facing Zeb316. This is a best of 3. All logics will be based on the 7 logics that were used during the tournament, or the Swiss round of the tournament. The higher seed can either pick first or defer to the lower seed to pick the logic. So Zeb deferred his pick, so I ended up going first, and my reasoning behind the choice I made was I was undecided until I made the choice. The only thing I knew is it wasn't going to be week 3 or week 6, because those were both the Chozo weeks, and I was thinking about week 7, because that one's, the most random, so I'm thinking, maybe that variance will be good for me, but I really didn't feel like doing week 7. I ended up picking week 5, because again, no boss shuffle, but major, minor, full area. So it has randomness to it, but I felt it would give me enough of a chance to potentially come across something good first. I didn't have to go looking everywhere. I knew, it's major, minor, so you know where the locations are you need to check anyway. So that was kind of my decision. I didn't practice any particular week. I just, spent time practicing individual little tricks, segments and stuff. And that was it. Like, I'm going into this fully expecting, to get 2-0'd by Zeb. I don't expect to get a win off Zeb. I would like to, push him to 3 games. That would be great. I feel like that would be a major accomplishment for me. But yeah, I started with week 5 for my pick. So let's go ahead and see what happens in this race.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to some more round of 16 action in the Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Ashter. How are you doing, Ashter?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. We have Zeb versus Metroid MST. What is this, the 5 versus... I forgot, 5 versus 11?
Yeah, Zeb is seed 5, MST is seed 12.
Yeah.
So, Zeb, I will say as seed 5, he outright won the play-in race that all the 5 and 2 players had to do. MST, I think, came in 8th in that. So, I mean, Zeb is fantastic radar runner, one of the best. MST has been around for a number of years as a kind of a ROM hacker / ROM hack player, knows his way around the game for sure, but in execution and like actual competitive practice is definitely the underdog here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. So this is the top 16 playoffs starting out, best of 3, and for the mode we have Zeb as the higher seed had the first pick, and he chose to defer to MST. So MST picked the week 5 settings, which are major, minor item placement, full area randomization, and no boss shuffle. So we'll be seeing vanilla bosses.
Yeah, so far we see both getting that moonfall. Yeah, major minor is kind of the old staple area. So really, the difference between the old standard is just the area part of it. But it does change a lot of it. Zeb really likes area, so it was interesting that MST chose an area version.
Yeah, I kind of feel like for some underdog players, area is a chance to shake things up and lower the chances that a higher execution opponent is going to take the same path as you. But I know Zeb's very very skilled at pathing out area rando, so this choice might not work out. We'll see. I really think a lot can happen in this particular mode, especially without a boss shuffle. Actually, no, 2021 SGL settings that we used were basically these settings with boss shuffle, but I feel like boss shuffle makes Kraid's area way overpowered. So like if you happen to find that in an area that your opponent doesn't, you just get 2 majors out of that because crate's not shuffled, so it means you automatically get the item from the fridge as well.
Right. There's no reason not to do it if the bosses aren't shuffled. We do get the nice early items of power bombs, super missiles, and an energy tank. So it wouldn't surprise me if either or both runners decides to go to the left here and check out the Blue Brinstar transition, because pretty safe with the extra E-tank.
Yeah, and both sets of miners mean that if you end up in an area like Green Brinstar, you aren't going to be locked out of checking any of the majors there. Well, except for Water Raid, but you kind of expect to be locked out of that.
Yep.
But yeah, they don't have to worry too much about not having supers. MSD is just going to go up. Zeb is going to check the transition. So that is actually often a point of divergence that we see early on in these seats. Zeb finds the Croc exit door there, and it's just going to leave. Heat runs with only 1 E-tank. He could get to the refill, but getting anywhere in Bubble Mountain is not really going to be ideal, and when he tank, he'll probably waste a lot more time than he would if he just came back later. And there's going to be other entrances that lead to Upper Norfair, I'm sure. So MST kind of taking the more traditional route up the climb, Zeb following with the extra knowledge that MST does not have. Now, if Zeb had found a dead end at Blue Bryn, that would probably be a lot more powerful information.
Absolutely.
But there's a good chance that like whenever MST finds Upper Norfair, he'll eventually check that Croc transition to find out where it leads anyways. So it probably won't hurt him, but it is kind of a luck-based thing, I think.
And X-ray scope, which might be a nice thing later, but doesn't really do anything for us right now. Hopefully, if you get an X-ray scope, you want to get a plasma and a charge combination to go ahead and be able to use that so-called microwave beam, but
or you can
not
use it
really
to
interesting.
climb out of medical tourism's room.
Yeah, you could do that.
If the situation arises, which is not a great one. That's not the thing. That's definitely not the thing that gave me my only loss so far. It definitely didn't happen in this mode either.
All right, a nice plasma beam at Terminator. So
That is
again
really
doesn't
good with that X-ray.
Yeah, not exactly progression, but again, we got 2/3 of the microwave. Okay.
Oh, one part of criteria just leads back to itself. That's
always
actually
fun.
pretty good. So MST would have to see WJ to check the mode transition.
Yeah,
and,
you just said why. I think we just said why. That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. Zeb is refilling power bombs at the ship, which makes sense as he is done the PV expenditure checking the Blue Bryn transition, and MST hasn't.
Oh, this is interesting. So we got the Redfish Meridia entrance, which could be required. The runners can actually be forced to fall down that.
Yeah, that's a
we'll
thing
see.
that like. Oh, Zeb is just gonna. Okay. Did Zeb?
He's just doing this
Zeb is
backwards.
coming through this from the other way. That's actually really funny. I want to say that actually advantages him in terms of like checking these other transitions, because he can check both of these, whereas MST didn't really want to check both of the east side ones before. So it's gonna get the power bomb. Looks like set up for a CWJ attempt and didn't get across.
Yeah, it looks like you got the first part of it, but missed the second part, which is always the annoying thing. At this point, it's either CWJ or fall down Meridia.
Both
not
are
pretty
pretty
nice
gross.
options. Yeah, those are terrible options.
Honestly, like the funnel down suitless, bootless Meridia, West Meridia is really gross here, because like if it didn't exist, then it's just like, okay, you CWJ, you might take a couple extra minutes on it, but you don't feel as bad about it because your opponent has to do it too. But now it's a coin flip. You don't really know which way is correct.
Yeah, Zeb's just going for it.
I mean, there are 2 transitions you can get to down here. There's Main Street, and then there's the Meridian map. But the Meridian map is basically like a dead end, or not a dead end, but it's like a point of no return at this point.
Yeah.
So
And so one of the differences between the way Zeb routed this and the way MST routed this is he took that save at the ship, and so
MST
gets the CWJ, and
yeah, you're
is
right.
that top red tower?
Having a save, okay, yeah. So Zeb finds Green Brinstar, which I'd say is like honestly more lucrative right now. It has way more majors. Red Tower that MST is going to has more area transitions to check. Which actually, honestly, like the most likely place that is to send him is Upper Norfair. So could be good, could be bad. But Green Brinstar is generally good to find early on because you'll get your majors, and even if they're all E-tanks, that just gets you easier Upper Norfair.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like MST does want to check out a few minor items. Can't hurt to pick some of these up.
Is like the webcam's really funny because he's like scratching his tin thinking, and then like it's like making the kind of like forward hand sign salute thing. Actually surprised. Oh right.
Yeah, Zeb normally would have a webcam, but unfortunately circumstances dictated that he's not at home playing this. Fortunately, he was able to find a place to play, but
yeah, I forgot about that.
But unfortunately, that means like setting up the webcam not going to be possible, I guess.
So
we're just glad he got to play.
Zeb got an E-tank. Yeah, MST, as far as majors into Red Brinstar, he's got Spazer to check. He's got an early X-ray play that I don't think is
I've seen him do it. I can't imagine doing it here where it's just one E-tank.
Yeah, I don't see it as something that he should do on this equipment with this. Oh, he's got single chamber, which is like, I mean,
Not
it's
ideal.
actually it's one of the less damaging in logic ways to bubble mount one, but I think it still wants 2 E-tanks.
Oh, he's gonna go for this.
I
don't like this at all. He doesn't have. I would like this better if he had some sort of backup, like an ice beam, bomb, spring ball, something that lets you do this logically. If you had the E-tanks.
Oh, that was.
Oh, we got it. Nice.
That was a very like skilled handling of the waiver at the end. Position. Oh, that's so funny.
That's so bad.
That's so funny. He even supered the wall.
MST, noted hater of reserve tanks.
Yeah. His favorite ROM hack has 8 of them, by the way.
Funny how that works.
The save here is actually really good because like he doesn't really have a huge penalty for not being able to easily survive the trip out of X-ray. He could just reset to the save. So that's good. Saves are pretty good with area randomization.
Well, and one of the nice things that the area randomization does is it does give you the rolling save. So you, I shouldn't say you can't lock yourself, but it makes it much more difficult to have 3 saves that put you in a spot that you can't return from instead of just 1.
Demo pointing out he doesn't think MST checks, I think, the top green gate and red tower for the transition. Zeb playing Speed Booster in a really convenient spot. This is like exactly where you need it to check the waterway major.
Yeah, we get to check waterway. Don't have to leave this behind. This is one of those locations that just gives you anxiety.
Yeah, it's easy to kind of forget about it in area too, because it's like you have to actually think about where it is instead of just knowing.
Good news for MST is he won't have any trouble getting it either, because whenever he gets over here, he will find that speed booster and be able to get an E-tank. Okay, well, boring.
Yeah, that's just it's just like he'll just pick that up when he gets here, whenever it is, and I mean, I think Zeb is not too unhappy to see that E-tank right now, but if MST gets it significantly later when he's got more items, then I mean, on the flip side, like if you get to Speed Booster super late here, you'll be pleased to know you didn't miss another item for forever. But getting speed late is usually not great.
Yeah, this game just keeps taking MSG back over to Upper Norfair.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of transitions. Red Brinstar has a lot
Sure
of
does.
transitions. Zeb finds back of Lower Norfair attached to Green Hills, which is good to have later. That's the fastest way to get to Ridley, but can't really take that with 3 E-Tank snowsuits.
Yeah, one of the things about the settings for this particular week, we didn't see very many suitless Lower Norfairs, specifically because we knew it was going to be Ridley. So definitely not going to happen as much. Certainly could. I'm pretty sure it happened at least once during week 5, but it's
found Meridian
found-
map, which
yeah.
actually that's kind of good because it fills in like the fact that he went down
Wait.
through Main Street.
How does he get out
How
now?
is that a soft look? Oh,
He can't get back out.
Wait, both ends of the bottom of West Meridia go to Green Brinstar. Actually, oh yeah, that's actually bad. Yeah,
I mean, he
okay.
knows where all that stuff is, and he'll be able to get that speed booster and skip the E-tanks if he doesn't need them. But yeah, he has to go back and CWJ and follow where MST is, because that's crazy. Oh my god.
It doesn't feel terrible for me to some reason. For some reason, I'm not completely able to place why, but I feel like that knowledge is huge, though.
It does make things more interesting. Like if that transition had been somewhere easy, I feel like Zeb would just be ahead. And now it's kind of more up in the air.
Yeah, this is not really the first time. Oh, MST finds gravity, which is like honestly the biggest thing you could find in the situation that Zeb's in. Whenever MST ends up in that area, he'll just be able to kind of get all that stuff for free with no penalty.
But now he's got 3 E-tanks for a hell run to Bubble Mountain or turn around and go back. And I kind of feel like you turn around and go back here. We'll see what he chooses to do. 3 E-tanks is pretty much the minimum one can get through to Bubble Mountain. No, you don't.
Oh, no, he doesn't. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Zeb, who also still doesn't have speed booster.
Right.
Yep.
Funny how that happened.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the item on one person's screen, so obviously both of them have it. It's like Rando racing, but extended to watching.
Okay, so the other Red Tower connector went to Croc, and 10 missiles, 5 supers. That's not really a Croc you want to do. So
it's doable. Like
I didn't say it wasn't doable. I didn't say it wasn't doable.
10 missile Croc is what you have to do in Super Metroid Impossible, so it's clearly impossible. You have 5 supers on top of it here, so it's actually fine.
But yeah, actually, I don't blame Zeb for passing on that.
One big thing about low ammo Croc fights is knowing how to handle farming the drops on the swipes.
Yeah.
Which, like, people running like most... Oh, MST finds Kraid.
Nice.
Where was this?
This was Tube.
Oh, okay, so Gravity puts this in logic. It's not in logic for Zeb.
He might do it anyway, but yeah.
He might, but he also... I could see him getting distracted by, like, Upper Norfair first. Which would get him Gravity, which would send him here anyways, so it's fine.
Zeb looks like he's going to go ahead and keep that reserve tank.
Yeah, so MST is just going to get 2 majors here. Yeah, looks like Zeb is kind of following a linear path behind him for now. This is where Zeb's knowledge and Zeb's knowledge of Green Brinstar and his execution might both come into play here. Because I was thinking if they end up on very divergent paths and MST gets very astute by the time he gets down to Green Brinstar, I'll just be able to kind of do Lorna for already. Oh no, Zeb misses the damage boost off the waiver that he waited for.
I hope he had a save.
This is like, this is...
Yeah, there's no way.
I imagine he saved at top of Red Tower because I feel like that's just a good save to take. Oh, he didn't.
Okay.
Okay, he might not have taken that save because he knew he had the ship save, so it's like less of a big deal. But still, he's gonna have to CWJ again.
High jump boots for MST. That's really nice.
To get to top 16, I would say MST had to take some wins off of players that I really don't think he expected to beat. So
yeah, he'd be the first to admit it too. So yeah, you could continue this upset streak, but it's a little more difficult when you have to do a best 2 out of 3. So
yeah,
remember, this is only game 1. But yeah, he's giving himself a nice little lead just from mistakes that Zeb's been making. I don't think the X-ray play was a mistake from Zeb. I feel like not saving before doing it is the mistake there.
I mean, maybe.
And I don't think
I
don't think the play to down Meridia was a mistake either. It just it didn't work out.
I don't know if saving in retire, not saving there was entirely a mistake, because it's like, oh, is he going to do Gauntlet now? He's got 10 PBs. He just got to PB from mode. MST spines Varia, so
Wow.
Good to come on suits, and like when he gets down to Green Brinstar, he'll just be able to tackle over and over from there. That's
well, he still needs a little more ammo, but yeah, I mean, he should have enough ammo by then with the number of places he can get to now.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 suits are like the most powerful items in the game for opening stuff up, but they're definitely not everything in a seed, especially when you get them early, because when you get them early, it's just like, oh, where's ice and speed, or a way to crystal flash through.
Yeah, this is definitely not over, because that knowledge Zeb has of what's in Green Bryn, like once Zeb gets over here, he's gonna have Screw Attack too, which MST is never getting. Once Zeb gets down here into Upper Norfair, he's gonna be able to get his gravity suit, get his Varia suit, and he'll know where the speed is, so he can just go get that whenever he wants to, or choose not to if Ice Beam shows up, or Zeb's very good at the Crystal Flash Clip, could choose to do that instead.
Yeah. Is MST going through the bottom of Double Chamber? That's kind of funny.
Yeah, apparently. Well, we've seen some races where this has been required, but I mean, with high jump, it's not so bad, I guess. Not sure why he's doing this.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a little bit faster if you can get the wall jump, but...
And E-Tank for MST at Wave Beam.
Yeah, those aren't as consequential at this point.
And he's got 4 now. He's got both suits, so pretty comfortable. Plazo's really good for Ellen when you do it. Right now, his biggest concern, again, ammo.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's at Gauntlet.
Okay. That's an interesting check. Oh, we've got seat restrictions in modes that aren't random spawn, so you can't have a suit at Gauntlet because it's part of criteria, which is the starting area. But I guess since Zeb had the setback, he decided to grab the Moat Powerbomb and check Gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely things that could have... I mean, Screw Attack's a nice find. He probably would have rather gotten Ice or Charge.
No, Gravity was at Ice.
Yeah, I mean, Zeb would have probably rather have gotten Ice or Charge. Okay, not going to do X-Ray this time because he knows what it is, and there's definitely no reason to go back for it. MST picking up Spring Ball over here at Speed. Just another nice find. Doesn't really do much for him since he's got both suits and high jump boots. One more major at Bubble Mountain for MST to check. Probably gonna go for a D-boost over here. And gets it.
He's got high jump to back that up if he misses it. I swear if you don't have high jump, it's harder because of the pressure of having to hit it.
It's much harder to do if you have other ways of getting over there. Or I should say if you don't. There's Ice Beam.
Okay, so somebody has Ice or Speed. They both know where one of those things is. Though I don't know where front of Meridia is.
I don't think we've seen any of... Oh, there, that was East Meridia right there. I think.
Yeah, that's the back of it. That would work. It's just pretty slow.
Not ideal, but we don't know if we haven't seen the front. Might be forced to do it from there.
Yeah, front might be a dead end. Well, we've seen Croc. We've seen Slayer. So the only dead end left is Turian. That's the thing that you have to keep track of in area randomization.
Yep. Okay, MSD having done all the items is not going to check these transitions.
Yeah, Zeb about to get gravity suit. Where was Cradler again? Was it off of Norfair?
It was the tube.
It was the tube, that's right. Right, okay, yeah, gravity opens this. Yeah, the seat is kind of a straight line that Zeb has to kind of follow MST along so far. It diverges a bit after you pick up the area, but just a little bit.
Oh, there's that blue Bryn entrance that Zeb found at the very beginning. So at this point, MST, I think he's checked everything. Has to get back to the West Meridia section.
West Meridia, yeah, that loop gets you speed booster and the back entrance of Lord Orfair. Okay, MST, what's your plan here? I don't like that he's learning the Garuda because that suggests that he's gonna try
ice.
ride it as an ice platform, and that's really not.
Is it even doable?
Is it? Oh, he's
We're about to find out.
Okay,
Nicely done.
You know what? Actually, that's not so bad with high jump because you can lure it from the bottom platform, whereas if you don't have high jump, you can't reach it. So that was actually fine.
Okay, let's see if Zeb goes for it. No. Okay. Gonna see if Zeb was gonna go for the 3 tank hell run, but I think he's also smart enough to realize that that's just super tight. He's gonna go ahead and go back up the elevator, so he should find Cradler right now.
Yeah, that'll get him various. Let him explore Norfair without losing a lot of time to refilling. I forget what was over here. Oh, Wreckship back was on. I think it was Wreckship back, or was it?
Have we seen any
East
of Wreckship?
Meridia?
We saw East Meridia.
No,
that's where
I'm thinking of back of East Meridia, which is where MST is going now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Zeb is about to find Kraid, which is good for him.
This East Meridia play makes sense from MST because the only entrance to West Meridia that he knows of is like all the way back in Criteria.
That's a huge backtrack.
Yeah, it's a huge backtrack for a place with like seemingly no value. Like it's got transitions. Like for all he knows, Turian is statistically most likely to be there, so he doesn't really want to go there.
Yeah, we have only seen. We haven't seen all of the exits out of there from Zeb when he was down that way, so there's a few transitions we'll see. Could be Turians over there.
Only one that we haven't seen from West Meridian.
Right, we did see both. Okay, yeah, because it was the map station that was Brinstar, was it not?
Map Main Street was Green Bryn Elevator, and then
and then Crab
was New Bridge, which is what caused the soft lock because that loops. And the only way out is through West Meridia.
Nice quick kill from Zeb. MSD not going to check the left sandpit right now. Maybe checks it on his way out. Now, the only thing he can need there, of course, is Charge Beam. I mean, other things would be nice. We know it won't be Screw Attack or Speed Booster, though. He certainly would like one of those.
Yeah, I guess on the way out makes sense because your way out... Well, I don't know if he checked the Aqueduct front transition. Maybe he's leaving that for later. But... like, I don't know which way is best for him out of Meridia. Like, he could want to go back all the way through the back. Or maybe... Yeah,
Might depend
I
on what
don't
he
know.
finds over here. He could just find Charge Beam. And he's got 2 more major areas here. Major behind Botwoon and the one behind Dragon.
I would have checked the front, because I want to know if that's Turian or if that's something he should follow, like, front of Lorne Warfare.
Mhm.
And, like, after he defeats Dragon, I don't think he checked it, so I'm just making an assumption that he didn't check it. But if you don't know
Yeah.
what that entrance is, you're not going to know which way to go after Dragon. Which I guess the only way that you really get punished in his position is if that's Turian, because I think anything else would be desirable for him with his knowledge. Like, he doesn't know Great Britain, he doesn't know any of West Meridia, obviously. I guess it's fine from his perspective.
Okay, so Zeb has his various suit. He's going back up Red Tower. So this indicates he might be going back to Green Britain Star to do the stuff over there. Get his speed booster, do back of Lorne Warfare.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what Zeb's gonna pick for game 2, and
Yeah, me
There's-
too.
there's still some game left. Like, I don't know if he's the type of... I don't think he's the type of player that would be, like, heavily influenced to picking something else because of an MST win. Yeah, I think Zeb's the kind of player that would know if a loss was due to, like, just the seed going wrong for him, and not really something he could fault heavily.
Chat making a good point. I mean, this trip back over to Green Britain, it looks like he's headed that way. He's only got 5 supers. Now, I don't remember how many supers were in Green Britain. Probably a decent amount, but he's going to need a lot more ammo before he can fight Ridley. Frankly, neither one is great on ammo.
It's pretty low. I mean, they've got... Well, MST has enough to back up with power bombs. But Zeb is just way too low on supers. But yeah, without charge, I mean, you can have plans to try and go for charge beam, but if you get late in the seed and the stuff you have open is like plasma and shack tools, you really don't want to do.
Yep.
Or, you know, in MST's case, like, he's doing Dragon as his second boss. He's got all of Wreck Ship unchecked, because we don't know where that is. He doesn't know where Lorne Warfare is. So there's, like, a whole bunch of majors he just can't account for.
And sees another reserve tank. Not happy about it.
It's kind of tough to know what to do as far as ammo requirement.
Mm. Now, Zeb can get an extra major check here while he's at it, because we do have the Mama Turtle location that he could not check earlier, or he could skip it.
He doesn't have a good way to actually pick up the item if it is.
Yeah, it's true, with just high jump boots.
Although, I mean, like, knowing what it is could be significant. I mean, he's banking on knowledge helping him out here as well.
I mean, he's going to have speed boost. If he's planning on going back through, he could just get it then.
It just, like, with 5 supers, you have to be thinking about getting charge beam, I think.
Yeah.
I also, like, it's tough because you don't know if your opponent fell in the same softlock trap as you or not, so you don't know if they're on the same ammo as you. But with the reset, like the reset, in this case, especially a reset you're not expecting, significantly impacts your ammo. And it pushes it towards not being the correct decision. You want to search majors to find charge instead for Brother Brain.
And I'm still going to do this snail clip that says he tells me he's thinking in terms of picking up ammo. Still, 35-20 when you have to get to 40-60 at a minimum. Still pretty darn low. Of course, he hasn't seen Green Bryn at all. I think, I was gonna say that looked too low, but it actually turned out to be correct. There's a little more leeway on that clip when you have high jump than when you don't.
I know MST has watched enough races in the Swiss where people got burned from not picking up enough ammo on pass.
Yeah, notice he's picking up missiles. That's the thing that drives me the nuttiest is when somebody looks like they're committing to ammo mode, but they don't pick up missiles. Every 3 missile packs you pick up is 1 less super you need. Okay, he's gonna save scum the sand pit. Yeah, if this is nothing, I expect him to reset and go back through the door. Or maybe he'll even go down the right sand pit to get the ammo side.
Yeah, I'm surprised MST is not checking the aqueduct transition.
Okay,
it would
just
be really
the
good to
E-tank.
know what it is. It's know which way you want to go. Although still, like, he's like from his position, it's like 90+% that he wants to take out the front. It's like literally only Tyrion that would be bad for him. That transition.
Right. I mean, I don't know if he saw the Croc transition, but we know it's not Croc, so that's the only one way left is the Turian transition.
Yeah, I guess he forgot to check it. Because I think wasn't it Zeb that saw the Croc transition and decided not to go for it?
Yeah, well, and Zeb was at like 10-5. Remember we talked about the low percent fight?
Oh, the ammo problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Croc has 2 majors in this, and Chozo has 1.
Okay, 30, 15, 25. This is not a Ridley fight I want to do. Interesting. MSU not doing. He found the wreck ship.
He doesn't have a super missile.
Oh, that's so bad.
That is.
Wow.
He's gonna go right back. He just has to go from these.
Okay. That's pretty funny.
That is.
Yeah, he used them all up on the Dragon fight because he didn't have a better way to kill her.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Okay, looks like Zeb managed to find 1 extra super pack. That'll make a huge difference. Is going to just blind check the power bombs in jail location. I like that if you're going to pick up this item to go ahead and check it blind if you're coming from this direction.
So I see chat talking about farming the Ripper outside of Ocean, but that's not really enough because you need a super to get to Fantoon as well.
Also, what are you going to kill him?
Wait, no. Actually, you could farm it twice. Like you could run out and then farm it twice. I guess that's what.
Can you shoot him with a missile?
Yeah, you can. You could actually kill that Ripper with missiles. But you can also power bomb it, even if you don't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, farm it twice. That's too difficult to think of.
Well, now he's got 5 super, so he should be good for wreck ship. No reason to take a save with 5 E-tanks and a gravity suit. So are we down?
Spring ball out of the mock ball I needed to get in, but I think that mock ball is like from outside of the wall. It's such a low speed. I think you want to like actually do another run before you do that.
Okay, so I'm trying to think about where Torian can be, and at this point, I don't think we haven't seen the back of wreck ship. We haven't seen the front of LN, and there's the one transition out of West Meridia. Is that correct?
I think so. So I think one of these, it's a coin flip from our perspective. One of the backs or one of the other ends of these boss areas, has to go to Tyrion, and the other end pops at it. The right side of West Meridia.
Yeah, I think that sounds right to me. If it's Tyrion over on the wreck ship side of things for Metroid MST, that's a way. It might be a way for Zeb to catch back up.
They can't lead to each other because then there's nowhere for Tyrion to be. One of the funnels has to go to Tyrion. Unless I'm missing something.
You're not wrong, Sasho. There's way too many portals. Also, shoutouts to the pretty purple plasma ice beam shot that MST's palette swap has. Yeah, actually, chat points out LN could connect to Rex ship, and then they'll just both each loop. And then
three
yeah,
unknowns. Yeah, okay.
and then West Meridia could be Turian. So there's
have 3 bosses.
Yeah, there's 3 possibilities.
Okay.
So yeah, I do expect both of them to continue all the way through the end of their areas right now. And Zeb doing this the way I like to see it done, which is start with power bombs.
Yeah,
it's much easier to power bomb him early. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when he's on low health, not in the more aggressive phases. And Zeb also making sure to wait for because power bombs get really iframes. You don't want to try and shoot a super while it's taking a power bomb hit, because it will not connect.
MSC not even taking the bombs.
That is...
I would take the bombs, but...
Interesting. I mean...
They don't do much for him, but I mean, I feel better with bombs in general.
Bombs are like a thing where you have to I feel really calculate when you see them, whether it's worth skipping them. And a location like that, I feel like you don't have enough time to do that calculation.
Mm-hmm.
There's also stuff like if you get grabbed in Metroid rooms because you mess up and you've got Ice Beam, and you don't have bombs to get them off of you, then you have to resort to power bomb strats, or you have to reset the room. So I kind of like having bombs for that reason. He's got 20 power bombs, so it's like kind of, and he's got spring ball for like the Bottoon, the back of Bottoon maze, which he already did anyways. But yeah, spring ball solves a lot of the like in tunnel bomb uses that you'd want.
Okay, Zeb does get through the Ridley fight. Reserve tank number 3.
Yeah, MST's still checking majors here. Got a lot of majors missing. That's
Wave is nice. It doesn't really do much unless we find Charge Beam.
Yeah, it's a really good damage upgrade if he does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I was just about to ask where Ridley was, and it is vanilla in this mode.
Okay, which direction? Yeah, looks like he's gonna go follow this path, see where it takes him. So we might never see the other majors in Rex ship.
Well, MST also doesn't have screw attack from Gauntlet, so the wave beam is gonna help him out in lower warfare.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, MSC is never getting screw attack. There's no way he gets back to Gauntlet and says, you know what, that's where I need to look.
And like doing like plasma is great to have in lower warfare, but plasma only still kind of sucks. Because your beam is really thin, you can't shoot through walls with it. Like the best you can do, really, like it doesn't even really do that much damage, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. The best you can do is like hitbox an enemy that's right in front of you, so you can pass through it without taking damage. Zeb's got screw attack though, so he's fine.
Okay,
but
so Zeb looks like he's about to find Turin because MST is over here in West Meridia. Except Zeb's just gonna skip it. Yeah, looks like he's just gonna skip it. Nope.
Interesting.
Yep, he's gonna skip it. I mean that's good for him because if he had gone and followed that, he would end up all the way back in. He'd end up in Turin and he'd have to go all the way back forward. So
yeah,
it's a risk for him, but it's gonna pay out.
So what's the other? There's one more place it can be, right?
No, we saw back of Rex ship went to West Meridia. That should close all the possibilities.
Back of Rex ship, front of lower warfare, and
And
swear there
West
was
Meridia. Yeah, West Meridia. But Bacharach ship went to West Meridia.
right.
We just saw that on MST side.
Okay.
So
That's
MST
what
is
I
gonna
thought
find.
before, but
Yeah,
I thought
MST
it
gonna
was-
find Green Bryn really soon. He's gonna check Mama Turtle. He could spring ball jump this. Or he could ignore it because it's just an E-tank, but he'll probably check the ammo item.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Zeb's play to skip that transition is good. Because it's either gonna go back to West Meridia, or it's like kind of not really gonna help him. Well, it gives him knowledge. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I think
know
what's gonna
that-
happen is he's gonna get to he's gonna do the exact opposite loop that MST did. I expect him to find the transition to the Bacharach ship, take that up to Rex ship, and then back through, and take that all the way back through East Meridia. Which should route just fine for him.
Oh, Zeb doesn't know where Rex ship is.
Nope.
Okay. No, wait. No, he should.
He
should
knows-
know back of Rex ship, right? He should know that
No.
exists.
No. He's gonna find it.
Isn't it? Do you not end up at front of? I thought back of Rex ship was. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Bacharach
I'm
ship is
confusing-
West Meridia.
I'm confusing. I'm confusing the back of East Meridia. with
Yeah.
the back
He's seen
of
the
Rex ship.
Yeah, he saw the East Meridia portal a while ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think MSG really wanted this power bomb he just picked up, but it's in the way, so he's gonna grab it. He's gonna get this super. This is gonna be really interesting. At 60 missiles, MSG is still gonna need 55 super missiles. I pretty much is already committed to ammo. And this is gonna be a really good. So probably could do extra checks in. Like I don't know that you do. For instance, I don't think you do. Go down all the way and get the extra Edakun miner, but I could see him doing things like Mission Impossible, Spore Spawn, Supers, those kind of things, just to get a few extra ammo. He's gonna run out of places to get that ammo.
Yeah, he might. He might have to go for those after Waterway, because he'll get Waterway unexpectedly because Speed Booster is at charge.
Right.
And then now that he knows that the Green Britain majors aren't charged, then it'll make more sense to go for the ammo in the area.
MSG landing on the reserve tank that's really difficult to skip anyway, so there we go. Ends up with the reserve. The game hates.
SMH.
And it's just a power bomb behind it. Still generally in better shape in ammo than Zeb is. We'll have less backtracking to do. On the other hand, Zeb will have more chances to pick up some ammo. And in fact, Zeb probably misses Wave Beam and maybe checks. I could see him doing Attic and doing those checks, doing a bowling
Oh yeah,
instead.
MSG didn't do that, did he?
No, I mean that could still be Charge Beam.
Yeah, it's a lot more likely at this point. Now that we're running low on major locations.
And of course, in Major Minor, Charge Beam can be anywhere, so no restrictions like we saw in the earlier Chozo match.
Oh yeah, it can still be in the bad East Meridia checks because we haven't seen Plasma or Shack Tool.
Right.
Rightfully so, mostly.
Yeah, you don't want that. I'm just laughing at that spazer.
This race has been interesting. But yeah, I still feel like the ammo is such that I think charge in top of Rex ship would be likely to give Zeb a win here.
Yeah, that's his best out, really. There's still several minor items that MSG can get in the front of Lower Norfair. But the problem is, if he doesn't finish that area with enough ammo. He's have to do some major backtracking to look for anything else. And of course, one more major item in that area, because you do have the screw attack item that could be charged as well. One more minor item here for MST.
Not quite getting the Dopplers and stuff. Send it's a power bomb for MST.
And I want to say it was a Super or 2 here.
It looks like he got enough for a 3-round. Oh, if there's a Super or 2 here, then...
There's one here. Okay, we definitely one here. I want to say it was missile for the next 2 items in this area. We'll see if that's correct.
Is MST... Did MST check Nuke Bridge? Or did he just go straight into here?
He went straight into here.
Oh, that's... I worry about that just because, I mean, like...
Yeah, he might come back.
Yeah, we know at this point that in front of Lower Norfair has got to be Turian, but... Oof, Powerbomb at left side super. Although I guess MST saw that earlier.
Yeah, he did. And Zeb just gonna leave.
Okay. I feel
70 missiles would mean 50 supers for minimum. And when I say minimum, that includes pre-opening some doors and coming back and refilling your missiles. Basically, 40-60 equals 55-55 equals 70-50. I want to say this is just an E-tank.
I usually go 50-60. Because it gives you, the doors.
Right.
Plus a bit of extra leeway.
Yep.
Oh, MST, yeah. Please don't gap skip that ledge. Outsiders the door really badly.
So, miners in the front of Lower Norfair. We have Mickey, and the 2 items at GT. And then a major item there too. So we are running out of places. And you can tell MST's got that on his mind. Like, you can see the look in his face. So...
This is why, I just feel like not knowing the bridge transition as well is going to make this decision more difficult for him.
Yeah.
80-40.
85-45 would also be that same sort of equivalent. But wow, that's just not fun.
MST using the chargeless application of Microwave to, you don't have to charge your beam to use the X-ray trick to reset the enemy iframes, but it just depends whether the enemy in question is vulnerable to charge. To uncharge us or not. So it works pretty well on the Metal Pirates if you want to conserve ammo. It also works really well on them if you're doing a heat run in Lower Norfair because the heat damage doesn't occur during X-ray usage.
I almost wonder, unless the screw attack item is charge beam, if MST would be better off if he does bet on the other transition.
MST should just mathematically, you should just go and do the fight here.
Yeah, he's got enough missiles to supplement the 7 supers he's missing. So yeah, I think this farm is not worth. But yeah, I do wonder.
You have you've got a 30-25 fight here, even like it's. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, he's going now. But yeah, I wonder if ending up back in West Meridia where he can get a few more ammo checks. Like I think there was something useful. I don't remember whether it was a missile or a super the Main Street item, which he couldn't get at the time because he didn't have speed. I don't know if he checked like the watering hole.
I swear I saw somebody go to watering hole.
Zeb has been there. It was 2 missiles, but
yeah, that's kind of. It's funny to me that he went there because he's got less ammo in general.
Now, Charge Beam, we have 2 locations in Wreck Ship where Charge can be. We have the 2 bad spots in Meridian, Shack and Plasma. We have Screw Attack. I think that's it. Somebody will correct me if I'm forgetting anything.
I feel like I have trouble seeing.
Oh, Croc. We didn't do any.
Oh, nobody done that at all. That's got 2 majors. That's actually huge. We have so many majors that are unchecked.
Oh my god.
We got 6, 7 with Screw Attack. I think.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's yeah.
And that if MST. I mean, you don't go back and check that transition before you check these other ones. It's just too far away. But if you really didn't check that earlier, that is another outstanding location for him.
It's kind of a 50-50, though, at this point. Like, if you'd come from the Key Hunter stairs to save, you could go out the front of Lava Dive, or you could, like, backtrack back to New Bridge from here. And I feel like resetting from each of those would take a similar amount of time. Maybe New Bridge would probably be a faster check, actually. So I'm curious to see what he does, what MST does with this incomplete information here. But like to me, this is like why you want to check that New Bridge transition.
Yeah,
first.
Absolutely.
Because if it's, I guess like part of the reasoning for not checking it, I think maybe is like if it's Turian, he knows he's just gonna have to go back for it anyways, maybe. But like to me, the point is to remove like a more difficult decision later.
So Zeb here is much further away from his ammo amount, but should know. I think he's seen all the transitions except the one he needs. But man, oh man, like his ammo, 90 is a lot of missiles, but
he's not saving.
80.
He's just going for it. Okay, this is like it'll work out. It is. Well, he's still
if the ammo is still an issue.
But I mean, he's gonna go to a right spot. Yeah, this race is kind of nuts. Actually.
I mean, at this point, it's coming like Zev has more complete knowledge, but he's so much further away on ammo. MST is close on ammo, but he's not there yet. Oh, there's a super.
That super is huge.
Yeah, it is. 85, 45, anyone?
If he gets one more super, he's totally fine.
Yeah.
Even if he just gets one more missile, it's like technically workable. It's just kind of a pain.
So do you go fight GT now?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can only get one of them. You don't have space jump, so you can only get one of those miners. Now that I think about it. Oh, yeah. And if it's a power bomb, I mean, can he? Gosh, I don't.
The other thing is, like, he actually literally doesn't know where this transition goes, so he's just gonna go to it thinking that it's gonna get him. Okay, 250. Hold on. So he's got 45.
Does he have enough if he shoots out all the Zebs and breaks the glass?
Yes, he has enough if he breaks the glass and shoots every door and every Zepatite first. Yeah, 45 times 3. I think of it as effective missile ammo. So you like multiply your supers by 3. So he's got. Yep. Wait, no, does he? No, he doesn't, because 20 supers. Oh yeah, 135 missiles worth of supers plus 80 is 215, and 210 is like the bare minimum if you like break everything and do all the refills. So he can do this, and if he breaks literally everything and goes back, he'll have enough. He'll have 5 missile leeway left over, which is like honestly in this kind of deal, I'd say that's actually not bad.
You see him with that number 1. He knows he needs one more ammo pack.
I mean, needs is a word I'd usually use here, but here I'm gonna say it's a strong word. I would have gone with this, and I usually would not go with this ammo. Like absolutely not. But in this situation, I think I would.
Zeb, meanwhile, in wreck ship.
This is ridiculous.
I mean,
Zeb's
so much 100 missiles. Gosh, he still needs to get to 40 supers with 100 missiles.
He's at 180 effective missile count, which is, yeah, I don't know. We've got 7 majors unaccounted for right now. MST is about to get the screw attack check.
If this is charge beam,
I mean, if this is charge beam, I think it's pretty over.
Pretty funny.
If this is not charge beam, and then GT has a power bomb,
would be. Then I don't know what MST does.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the effect of that would be. E-tank.
That's an E-tank.
Okay. He's gonna go into the GT fight with 6 supers, which I mean, I get not farming because maybe you just want to reset this.
The other one is a. Oh, it's a super.
That's a super. That's so huge. That's actually literally. Oh my god. That is.
Okay, but he still needs. Now he needs to kill GT with 11 supers, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
And he's gonna probably want to use up all his missiles because GT will. You want to get rid of those missiles and. I would just shoot the legs with the missiles, honestly.
I like what MST is doing in farming here, and not worrying too much about depleting the missiles. He's kind of taking a lot of hits from G2, which are kind of avoidable, but you have to stand in a pretty specific spot.
Yep.
Okay, he's shooting upwards with missile. So GT can fire crescents only if you have 32 or greater current missile count. But he dodges regular missiles, and those interrupt his crescent beams. So MST is shooting missiles to deplete them so he won't get crescent beams, and during the time he's still getting crescent beams, he's shooting a missile to make GT dodge to interrupt the crescent attack so he doesn't have to wait out the full thing. Other than that, getting the farm from these things is pretty doable with plasma beam, especially because your beam just tears through all of the orbs to get all the drops here. Ideally you'd have grapple to farm this, but plasma is pretty manageable in this situation too. If you don't have either, one of the best things to do, if you want to be safe, is to just shoot up like he's doing here.
Also, looks like Zeb is done in wreck ship. He's returned to there. There goes down GT.
Yeah, so GT takes double damage from supers, which is good. But the other thing is, he catches supers during most of his states. He'll catch a super and throw it back at you. And your supers are actually only, hitting him while he's busy doing something else. So, while he's holding a super. So, basically, depending how fast you shoot, he catches, 1 out of every 4 or 5 supers that you shoot at him. You don't really get the full value out of shooting say 30 supers at him.
Okay, so Zeb at 115.25, still a long way. I think 115 would work with 35, so 2 supers. I mean, wow. Making me do a lot of math today. Yeah, in chat,
is
right?
Really easy if you just do the equation that I do instead of trying to compare it to
my
4060.
Yeah, my equation's pretty good though. You just add 3, subtract 1, or whatever. But yeah, chat also pointing out it's a really good thing that we get the refill at the Turian elevator.
Oh yeah, so this is reasonably comfy for a really skilled player. the amount of ammo MST is on.
Yeah.
But it's not a guarantee that he'll survive. Well, not survive, but it's not a guarantee that he'll get through the fight with enough ammo.
I mean, he still has to be conscious of his ammo when he goes through the Metroid rooms and such.
Yeah. I expect to see some missiles in the last few rooms. We'll see what he does in room 3. Room 1 and 3 are like the harder ones to group, so yeah, it's just gonna super these. He might missile this last one here. No, he's just gonna. He's playing kind of risky. I'm actually. It's not gonna be the end of the world if he doesn't get like a 50th super here, but I'm gonna be a little bit worried. He just goes for it. He just went for the super.
I can't believe he went for the super there.
Ooh, he got lucky. That,
Gutsy.
I mean, he didn't get unreasonably lucky to get full super drops there, but you're playing with fire there.
Yeah, for sure.
He might think against someone like Zeb, he has to do stuff like that, but
Yeah, I mean, he has no idea the issues that Zeb had earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't blame him for not playing it safe here.
Zeb checking Spore Spawn, which did we not see? Did we? Hold on.
No, we've never seen this.
How did we?
MST did not. Yeah, neither one of them came back here. Well, neither one of them.
I'm sorry. Why did I think this was a major?
It's major minor. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's no reason to check these earlier. 25. Wow.
I'm mixing up my modes.
Which can happen.
Just
make sure you. Yeah, you want. Yeah, doing it as a commentator is fine. Don't do it as a player. I say that to all you watching out there that are still in the tournament.
Okay, so MST pausing, doing the pause trick to move around during the missile refill. What you really want to achieve out of that is if you do the pause trick and get to the other, it gives you freedom of movement before that text box comes up. You want to get to the energy refill before the other text box comes up, so that you can you basically oh, that super. He just missed the super in the door.
That's not ideal.
You want to overlap the text boxes. It saves time, basically, is what I was going for. Oh, I mean, he can afford it technically, but
Oh, he's taken the save, so I think because of the miss super.
Wait, but then he proceeded to missile the door, which is not good because missiling the door costs 5.
Costs more. You only want to missile if you're planning on refilling, so.
Yeah, missiling the door costs. Yeah, exactly the reason. Missiling the door costs 5 because it's not actually an enemy. The door's track. The missile hits differently. Okay, how much is he gonna? Okay, 36. Oh no!
No, he doesn't have that.
He overshot one. He doesn't have enough.
He needs to reset.
And he's not doing the math fast enough to reset. He had enough if he just didn't overshoot the last missile.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I guess it's good he took the save because that would have just cost him the race if he.
Zeb is catching up. 125.
Zeb is catching up. That is. I think.
105. Oh, Zeb has the same ammo count as MST. It is the exact same, effectively. That's really funny. After all that.
You just realized. One missile short.
Okay, so the math
thinking
that you
about
want to
it.
do. The math you want to do when you get into the position where you kill the tank is, how many super short of 60 are you?
Yep.
You take that and you multiply by 3. That's how many missiles you need.
Yep.
So yeah, part of that, a huge part of that was the fact that MST chose to missile this last missile, using 5 effective missiles instead of the 3 from the super.
Oh, Zeb never got Ice Beam. So that's going to slow him up in these Metroid rooms a little bit.
Oh, was that in Wreck Ship? MST? Oh no, MST is using missiles on
No,
the class.
he's gonna go back and refill his missiles.
Oh, he thinks he doesn't have enough to. I did a Zeb316 skip. Oh my goodness. Okay, so MST can Zeb316 skip the third Zeb316. So this is kind of
do the
okay.
second one.
But this is gonna put them so close.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, this is kind of correct for him to do in this situation. He doesn't technically have to, but he basically has to do a perfect mother brain fight if he doesn't go back for this refill. Okay, MST is still ahead. And like as far as execution goes, I feel going into the escape he needs at least like a tiny lead. I would feel.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, gonna do the morph Zeb skip.
Okay, yeah, you wanna spin jump deep into that Rinka. Okay. Zeb going for not Zeb skip, baby skip. Okay. I wasn't paying attention to the missile camp, but I think MST is like kind of more than fine here.
Yeah, he's just unloading all of them. Pretty certain he had more than 36, which is what he would have needed.
I think he had significantly more than 36.
Yeah, I do. I think so.
Is that refill just saying?
Ah, there we go. Our tracker D-Web calling it out. 50-48.
Okay, yeah.
So now this is really comfy now.
Huge. That refill actually, because he chose to break the glass, that refill saves at least 18 missiles just on that. Not at least 18, 12, I think. Yeah, 12.
Zeb has to do a speed Zeb skip because no ice beam.
Nicely done, though.
Yeah. Always nice when you get that first try.
It's really hard to do under pressure, like in a situation where you have to get it, and he gets missile sniped by a turret, which one missile isn't like the hugest deal right now, but he really doesn't want to have it happen to his super. Okay, Zeb entering MB2, 25 supers and 109 missiles, which I believe is 4 missiles of leeway. MST is on like the cutscene for phase 3 though, so Zeb loses. I think 2 or 3 missiles right there.
It was at least 2. It might have been 3.
And MST is pretty far ahead, relatively, at this point. So it's probably not going to affect the race at this point.
Yeah, there's no place for Zeb to catch up at this point.
Zeb is going to take this fight down, though. And, you know, close races are really good for the audience. They can be pretty bad for the runners.
I'm sure MSTs do. Actually, they're probably both, given Zeb's mistakes and given that MST just thinks he's the underdog, I'm sure they're both doing the, how has my opponent not finished yet?
Yeah. It can hurt to see that you lost a race by like 15 seconds or whatever.
Yep.
Or 30, however much this is going to end up being, because you can always point to a whole bunch of things and be like, if I just didn't do that thing, then I would have won. Best of 3, so assuming MST wins this, Zeb has got the next 2 games to try and make this up.
Yeah, and Zeb's gonna choose the next setting, so it'll be interesting to see what he chooses.
Yeah.
Yeah, those early resets that Zeb had, the one because of the soft lock, and then taking the death at X-Ray. In the end, really hurting Zeb. MST just having to go back for so much ammo. Be interesting to see where Charge Beam was.
Oh, MST, I feel like that was nerves. He just kind of dropped his run button going into the climb for the Shrine Spark escape. I had to restart the charge there. And
There it
MST
is.
is going to take game 1 with race time of 1:11:56.
GG. Yeah, right as it never feels good to be. You just finish up MB3, and you see the dot done. But not over. 2 more games to play potentially.
Yeah, lower seed takes game 1, which
I think MST is the first lower seed to win a game 1. So is that true? No, Beef Robber was the higher seed in that matchup. So never mind. I'm completely wrong about that statement.
his streak of on paper upsets seems to continue here. I mean, it was his pick, so that's good for him. It generally sucks to lose more, or it generally sucks more to lose than your own pick.
And there Zeb finishes with an official race time of... Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong room now. It's 1:13 something.
1:13:18.
Thank you. And we'll stick around for the creds. We want to at least see where some of these... I guess, what else did we not see? Space Jump. Charge and Space Jump were the only
Space
major...
Jump was Wreck Ship Reserve, I think.
Oh,
So
okay.
Saw it. Didn't
Okay,
get it.
yeah, it makes sense. Makes me sad that he didn't go get it, but it makes sense that he didn't go get it. I guess we never saw Grapple either. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
Grapple
I don't
really
think
didn't.
so.
Grapple really had no doesn't really do much for us in especially in this mode. You know, the grapple beam is really big in some of the random boss orders. Or the
Would have been nice for MST's GT fight.
Yeah, would have.
It's like a really weird edge case, especially in Major Minor. You're really not usually doing it.
I will say this. Have we ever seen a Go mode GT fight?
I mean,
That's a new one for me.
We didn't technically need that super.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, it was Croc all along.
Oh my god.
Charge a grapple.
I'm still not convinced MST ever actually saw that Croc.
No, I'm not either.
I think he just forgot to check that.
And grapple was in Wreck Ship, so.
Which, I mean, like, if he did check it and he did do it, Charge, it looks like it was at Grapple Beam, so I believe he would have been able to get it. And I think, actually, if either runner had done it, it would have put them way ahead. And I believe, like, the main reason Zeb didn't do it is to try and make up time for having done the...
Yeah, well, and
Green Brin loop.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he could have handled the low percent Croc fight there. It's a really awful fight, but
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That was, if you just
like 10-5,
if you have speedrun one of Z Factor or redesign or Impossible, you'll know how to handle that Croc fight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just keep forgetting that it's reasonable to not feel comfortable with that. Oh, actually, you know what? MST has speedrun Z Factor, so he should be able to do it. Actually, I don't know if he did that. I don't know. That croc fight kind of sucks. Yeah, I think he did the route where you have to have to do the really bad for a croc fight.
Okay, so we're going to take a bit of a break. The runners have not started for the next race yet. So it's going to be a little bit more than 10 minutes before we come back for the next one. No word yet on what Zeb's pick was, but that'll be the first thing we will tell you all when we come back. So stay tuned. We'll be back with game 2.
Oh boy, what a race. Yeah, super, you probably saw me at the end there, super stoked to get a win off Zeb. And my goodness, I asked in the race room, like, what went wrong? Because, like, I'm not winning things if stuff doesn't go wrong for Zeb in these. And yeah, you saw what happened. And again, it's not a bad decision. He went down West Meridia. There's a couple portals there. He found Green Brinstar, which has 2 other portals on it. It just so happens that it all looped back in on itself and caused him to be stuck down there. And then let me tell you, good lord, I was so nervous at the end. Because first of all, I'm expecting Zeb to be done in less than an hour. Like, normally an hour I'm looking at the race room. It's like, no, I'm expecting Zeb to be done in less than an hour. And then, charge beam isn't showing up. The ammo situation was so bad. Like, I ended up skipping a lot of stuff. And some of it was an accident, like the croc skip. That was an accident. I meant to check that, and I just sort of forgot about it after I reset from the trash tank at X-Ray. So yeah, that saved me some time, because I probably would have checked croc. Although maybe that also cost me, because I think croc had charge beam. But yeah, that I miscounted at Mother Brain, which was kind of obvious that first time. For whatever reason, whatever reason, I'm thinking I need to make up, X number of supers. That's 3 missiles per super, and I just miscounted. Like, I was missing however many supers from 60, and I just multiplied by 3 to get my number. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm good on Mother Brain. And then I got in. I was thinking I needed 30 missiles. No, not 30, 33. I was thinking I needed 33. I just completely miscounted. Yeah, and that reset, Zeb hadn't finished yet. That reset, I was like, that about killed me inside. I was like, I just tossed the race. Like, I'm gonna reset, get back to Mother Brain. I'm gonna see the dot done. I was like, I just threw the race because I miscounted. So yeah, super, super nervous. That whole race was very nervous for, like, just, I was not in a great place in that race. So yeah. But no, that was a thing that happened with a rando race. So yeah, I got to win on Zeb. I'm up a game. It's a best of 3 series, though. Like, I've beaten, like, especially in this tournament, but before in, like, the Super Metroid Rando leagues, I have beaten players that I have no business beating. And, there's some wins that I definitely consider, like, top tier wins. This win is probably the top win in my career of tournaments and leagues and whatever. But, it could be a win that still just leads me nowhere, because it's a best of 3. And best of 3 is much different. Like, you can get randoed. Like, I think in this case, Zeb just got randoed. He made a very reasonable decision, and it just said no. Heck you. So yeah, it's a best of 3, and so my best win could amount to jack squat. So yeah, we'll have to quickly regroup. All races are back to back, and back to back to back, actually, if it requires all 3. That is one requirement. So yeah, we got Or no, I think at least the first 2 have to be back to back. I think the third two is I forget how that goes. But yeah, so I'm up a game. It's Zeb's pick next. So thanks for watching. We'll see what race 2 in our matchup brings.